Hi, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, hi. My name is Melleny. If you'd like to get to know me a little better, all my social media links will be linked down below in the description bar, so be sure to check that out if you're interested in any kind of way. It has definitely been a minute since I've popped on and filmed a video, and I felt like it would be most fitting to do something quite easy to edit, easy to talk about, and that is all the books that I've gotten since quarantine/lockdown in South Africa has started. I know the first 2 months of lockdown when we were in level 5, I got nothing. I didn't buy myself any books, I didn't get any books from publishing houses, obviously because everything was shut down, so it was understandable. But then when things started lifting, things just started arriving. 27 books to show you today, and I'm so very happy for all of them. I'm grateful beyond belief for them as well. It was honestly a surprise to start seeing book mail come in. I did purchase some of these for myself. One I think is actually for my university course, one was a replacement thing, and then the other one was just really cheap and inexpensive, so I was like, let me get it. I'm really happy that things are slowly getting back into the swing of things, but I just want to remind everyone to be cautious. And also I wanted to remind you that down below in the description bar there will also be links to the Black Lives Matter movement. There is this fantastic resource. Just because people aren't talking about it doesn't mean that it's still not important, so I definitely highly recommend you check those out and sign petitions where you can. Okay, I think let's just go ahead and jump into the book haul. I've kind of kept them somewhat in the order that I've gotten them, so you can kind of see how things have arrived. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump in. The first book that I got here is Evernight by Russ Mackenzie. This is from Pan Macmillan. This is obviously a proof copy. It is now officially out. This just sounded so amazing. This is a middle grade, and when I read the synopsis for this at the presentation, I fell in love and I knew I had to have a copy of this. They also very kindly sent me The Toll by Neil Schusterman. I'm very excited to jump into this series and read it now that I have all three. I might end up binging it at one point because they are quite easy to read per my understanding, so I'm excited to jump into this and hopefully love it because everyone else seems to love it, so I hope I feel the same. I then did an amazing swap with my friend Sandra, and she gave me 2 books, one of which was Vicious by V.E. Schwab. This is obviously her venture into new adult, I believe, so I'm excited for this one, especially since it's a duology, so it's going to be a quick series to read. Sandra then also kindly gave me Spin the Dawn by Elizabeth Lim. I absolutely love the synopsis for this. It sounded so good. It sounded like something I really wanted to read, and this paperback is super floppy, so obviously it brings me great joy at this minute. And then prior to lockdown, ordered Die Mauer by Max Annas, which is obviously the book I had to read for my German course in the second quarter of the year, and I was not a fan of this book, but I like to keep all the German books that I have just because you never know when you might need them. And so I have Die Mauer, and then I believe I have Uwe Timm's Moringa, and I think we have another book coming up at the end of this semester, so I might also get that one. But for now I only have 2 German books, which I'm fine with. But yeah, this came in. I then hopped on the opportunity to buy Black Leopard Red Wolf by Marlon James, which was on special at Bargain Books for 70 bucks, and I was like, I must have it because it was one of the books I was really anticipating. I believe in 2019 is what I'm guessing. It was one of my most anticipated reads from then, and I'm so happy that I managed to get myself a copy of this. I still plan on reading it at one point. It is, I believe, a fantasy and a trilogy, so I don't know when the second one is coming out, but I am keen on picking it up soon. I then got my Fairy Loot May box, which had the book Incendiary by Zoraida Cordova in it. I'm really excited to jump into this as well, but I kind of want to binge read the 2 Zoraida Cordova books, which is this one and Labyrinth Lost. I want to kind of binge read them and experience them for myself. Well, obviously, I want to binge them together because this is her newest, and I believe Labyrinth Lost is one of her first books. So that's kind of how I'm looking at doing this. Northern Publishers then kindly sent me the most amazing package that I'd gotten all year, and it had one of my most anticipated releases in it. But it also had this chapter sampler from Viper, which is a publishing house. I believe it's a new publishing house or a relatively new one, and it just contains small excerpts from books, which I'm really excited to read because I do want to know if these are some books I want to feature in October, which I'm still hoping to do this year. In that package, kindly sent me The Fynbos at the Edge of the World by Laura Imani Messina. This is a proof copy, and this just sounds like a book that will be unforgettable. It's about grieving, finding peace in the death of family members, so I would definitely be cautious when going into this because of that. It then also kindly sent me this really short thriller called The Broken Ones by Ren Richards. This is such a short one, which I'm so excited to jump in. It is less than 300 pages, and the writing is relatively large, so I'm hoping to fly through this when I get into it. I was also kindly sent The Girl with the Louding Voice by Abi Dare. Really excited for this one. I'm intrigued to see how everything unfolds because it is I feel like it's going to be quite a difficult book to read, and it's going to be quite insightful as well. I was then absolutely spoiled with receiving the proof copy of The Court of Miracles by Kester Grant. When I opened the package and I saw this, I almost died. I I have no words for this because honestly, I'm just so happy that I got a proof of this. I think there were only a couple printed and I haven't read it yet. I know it's out and I haven't read it, but I do plan on reading it quite soon. I'm just in a slump and I want to read it when I'm in the best possible fantasy mood so I can love it to bits. I then bought myself a copy of Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close by Jonathan Safran Foer, I think is how you say it. This is for my English course this year, which we're doing postmodernism at the moment, and this is one of them, and this book is full of like mixed media. I think it's going to be a really intriguing story to read. I then also bought myself a copy of The Edge of Everything by Jeff Giles. I remember when this was like super popular on BookTube a couple of years ago, basically when it was released. I want to say 2017. 2017 it is. So yeah, so I thought it sounded really good and I still wanted to read it, and it is a duology, I believe. If you watched the vlog where my Children of Blood and Bone copy got chewed by a dog, then you'll know that I also bought myself Children of Blood and Bone, again just because I wanted a better copy, and this got sprayed edges. You can also see all my sticky tabs, and it's just I like this edition a lot more than I liked the original one that I had. I then received a fantastic package from Penguin Random House filled with thrillers and other things, and the first one I have here is The Shadow Friend by Alex North. I'm so excited for this just because The Whisper Man got so many raving reviews that I am dying to jump into this as soon as possible, and we also have another floppy paperback. I was then also super lucky in receiving Kevin Kwan's new book Sex and Vanity, and I'm just so excited for this. This just sounded so good and so like scandalous, so I'm really excited to jump into this as well as soon as I have the opportunity to do so. They also kindly sent me Liar by Leslie Pierce. I've never read a Leslie Pierce, but she is also one of those household author names that you really want to give a shot because they sell a lot of books over many years, and I figured why not. They also kindly sent me Three Perfect Liars by Heidi Perks. I do have a proof copy of this, but I haven't read it, and I'm still excited to read this because this still sounds so good. I highly, like, just based on the synopsis, I think I might just enjoy it, and I think I might fly through it because the writing here is humongous. I then received 7 Years of Darkness by Yu Zhong from Jonathan Bull Publishers, I believe, and I'm excited for this. I know her first book, The Good Son, did so very well that this just makes me all the more excited. I've never read The Good Son, but if I really enjoy this, I do plan on getting myself a copy of it. Jonathan Bull Publishers also sent me The Jane Austen Society by Natalie Jenner. This makes me so excited. This is like so exciting for me. I don't know, I feel like it's going to be a very intriguing read. They also kindly sent me Gallows Rock. I'm so excited for this. This is a Freya and Holder thriller, and I'm really excited for this. I have not read a single one of her books before, but I know she's a fantastic thriller writer just based on what everyone has been saying about her books recently. She came to South Africa last year, and I'm still upset that I missed the opportunity to get my book signed by her. Jonathan Bull Publishers also kindly sent me The Silent Wife by Karen Slaughter. Karen Slaughter is once again one of those household thriller writers that everybody just needs to give a try. I have not read a Karen Slaughter yet. I do have one other book by Karen Slaughter on my shelf, so I'm hoping that I can actually get to it this year. I was also sent Remain Silent by Susie Steiner, and I'm so excited for this as well. This is a really interesting one, although I am a bit nervous because Lucy Foley did love this book, and I did not like her book The Hunting Party, but I'm still really intrigued to jump into this and get my opinion. Well, I'm excited for all of these books basically. The next book I'm so happy that I got just because it's an author that I've read pretty much the first book in every series from her, but I haven't continued with her books. But that is Mary Lou's new book, The Kingdom of Bach, and this just sounded so really intriguing. It has like a supernatural element, but it follows Mozart's sister, and who was born with a gift as well for music, but her brother overshadows her quite quickly, and it's kind of about that, and I think it's going to be quite a great book to read, and I love this cover to bits. I was then also kindly sent The Pocket Guide for Fynbos by John Manning, and my granddad loves looking at flowers and everything, so I think I might give this to him just because I feel like he might get a lot more out of it than I will. But like some of the flowers in here are just absolutely gorgeous, so I think he'll really love this. And then the last book for this haul is Safe by S.K. Barnett. I got this from Penguin, I believe, and this just sounds so interesting, and I feel like it's going to explore a really interesting topic as well. So those are all of the books that I've gotten over the last couple of months from the start of lockdown until now. Thank you so very much for watching today's video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. If you've read any of these books that I talked about, please let me know down below, and let me know which ones I should get to sooner rather than later. I'm really intrigued to see what you have to say about that, and without further ado, I will see you in the next one.